The Cottonwood County Citizen proudly presents Athlete of the Week. Nielsen Landscaping LLC of Windham is a locally owned landscaping business that offers professionalism and friendly service. It specializes in landscaping design and installation, paver patios, retaining walls and lighting, and landscape lighting, and all areas and needs relating to your landscaping project. For more information and for free estimates, call Devin at 507-822-3203. Nielsen Landscaping, designing landscapes that exceed expectations. I am joined right now by Windham sophomore Anja Nielsen, our Athlete of the Week this week. Congratulations, Anja.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the Worthington game, and going into that game, you guys really seemed to put a high focus on just making good contact with the ball on offense. Up and down the lineup, there were hits. How did the work that you guys do in practice leading up to Thursday translate into the game?
When we have inside practice, we work a lot on hitting. We focus a lot on that because we have good cages inside, and obviously it doesn't work to do much fielding in the gym, so we focus a lot on hitting with inside practices.
This year it's been kind of different than last year in that you really haven't had as many inside practices. How are you able to still get that work at the plate with an outdoor practice? And obviously outdoor practices are more productive. But what do you guys do for hitting during an outdoor practice?
We'll do live pitching, or coaches pitch to us on the plate, and then we still have a cage up at the rec, so we'll always put work in there too.
But Worthington, they're a little different team this year than they've been the last couple of years. A little less experienced inside the pitching circle, and you guys really jumped on them early. Take me through that first inning, and it just seemed like it was hit after hit, and nobody wanted to get out. You guys put 13 runs on the board.
We knew we couldn't play down at their level. We're obviously a better team, and we knew if we play down at their level, it's not going to be a fun game for us. And once we started going, everyone had the energy and enthusiasm throughout the whole game, so it was a really fun game.
Mm-hmm. Offensively for you, you're in the cleanup spot this year, and the first couple of trips to the plate on Thursday, you came up with runners on base. Take me through what you're trying to accomplish with runners on base in particular.
Just get a base hit, put it in play somewhere. If there's 2 outs, obviously try and get a base hit. But if there's just 1 out and I ground out, it's okay if a runner still gets in, but obviously still trying to get a base hit to knock those runners in.
Early on, I think you had 2 extra base hits in the first inning, and both of them, I think, plated a couple of runs. A little bit of offensive power to the opposite field. I imagine that's something that you've been working on.
Yeah, when I work in the off season, my dad always tells me try and hit it to the right side, and every time when we're in the cages, I always work to that side.
As far as pitching is concerned on Thursday, they got off to a decent start. They scored a run on you in the top of the first. What's your mindset after a team, maybe gets a couple of base runners, if they get a run across, to try and hang up a 0 the next couple of innings?
Well, you have to have the next play mentality and know that it already happened. You can't go back and change it, so mistakes will happen. You just got to move on, and you can have confidence in your other players to lift you up and be there for you.
What are you trying to do in different situations to either, get a strikeout or get something nice and routine for your infield?
Well, we have good corners in middle infield. They're short in second. They have my pitching sleeve, and they can see like what I'm going to pitch, and they know, and then they give those signs to the outfield, and everyone's just aware of what's going on.
How valuable is that for your infielders to know what you're trying to throw and, where the ball might be hit.
They can move around, they talk to each other, they know what's going on, and we all have to communicate to make a successful game.
Going back a little bit further, you guys went over to Pipestone and got a split. Now, I personally can't remember the last time an Eagle softball team got a win over in Pipestone, let alone against Pipestone. It's been a long time. That had to have been a fun bus ride home.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was hype. It was very fun to beat them, and the coaches were so proud of us. We were all proud of each other, and it was a great feeling.
Earlier this year, you had, really a scary moment during basketball season. You got injured at the Target Center game. What was going through your mind as you first get the MRI done, and then you find out the good news that it wasn't as bad as originally thought, but you still had to sit out a while. First, what was it like going through the MRI with the fear in your mind that, geez, my season might be done?
I mean, once I went down and walked off the court, I knew I was scared I was going to end my basketball season there, and even scared I wasn't even going to be able to play softball and all the summer activities and everything. But I knew I had to have some confidence going in and telling myself that everything's going to be okay. You got put through this for a reason. The process will be fine. And once we found out the news, I knew I could be back out there soon, and I worked my butt off to get back out there again.
Mm-hmm. And you got back before the end of the regular season for basketball. You were, able to contribute, late in the season and in the playoffs. But maybe more importantly, you were able to heal up a little bit more before softball season started. How valuable was that for you, just to know that you could get back, but also that you were able to get healthy and strong for softball?
It felt good to get healthy and strong before, the week of softball practice. I got to work on stuff more, and I can still work on stuff with a broken knee technically, but it just knowing that I was going to be good enough.
Looking ahead, as we do this interview today on Monday, you go up to Redwood for a doubleheader against Redwood Valley, a pretty young team, but a team that is improving. And down the road, you've got a couple of games with JCC and St. James still on the schedule. And, after that split against Pipestone, I imagine that those games with JCC and St. James take on a whole different meaning, because, that's your conference season right there. What's it going to take to come through those games with victories?
I mean, we knew we were going to have a tough stretch coming up with those hard teams, and we know it's going to be a battle all the way through, but we just got to push ourselves and have everyone there with us and always lift each other up. Probably our basketball game against Fairmont this year, beating them in the subsection championship. Ooh, Zach Bryan. JCC. Energetic and positive. Taking my dog for walks, and I like to bake and cook.
Well, that should be all we need. Congratulations on a nice win last week. Best of luck the rest of the way. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Nielsen Landscaping LLC of Windham is a locally owned landscaping business that offers professionalism and friendly service. It specializes in landscaping design and installation, paver patios, retaining walls and lighting, and landscape lighting, and all areas and needs relating to your landscaping project. For more information and for free estimates, call Devin at 507-822-3203. Nielsen Landscaping, designing landscapes that exceed expectations.